Y'all go to church. Do we ever have a dialogue and really go into the Bible? Be real, be honest. Come on, who gonna be honest? No, I know they don't. Because guess why? They set up by this guy to keep us rocked to sleep.
That's right.
The Bible talk about these pastors that deceive us. Because what's your heritage? Is it Christmas? Is it Thanksgiving? What is our heritage? Give me some Rock 17 and verse 14. I'm gonna show you what your heritage is out of the Bible. This is the Apocrypha that was removed in the late 1700s by the Protestant church. But in the original King James Version Bible, the Apocrypha was in there. I actually got a 1611 King James Version Bible. Read it.
The book of Sirach, chapter 17 and verse 11. Besides this, he gave them knowledge and the law of life for a heritage.
You hear that? The laws of God is our heritage. Y'all look like college students. Y'all go to college?
Just graduated.
Y'all just graduated. Good. Hey, I'm glad. I'm proud of y'all. But to get your certificate or your degree, can a brother like me get that to you? Or do you gotta go to them? Who said that? You gotta go to them, right? Watch this, read.
And in want of all things.
In the want of all things, that degree, you gotta go to them. You gotta get that certificate, you gotta go to them. In the want of all things, you lose your driver's license, you gotta go to them. Somebody get put to death and you gotta get a death certificate, you have to go to them because we broke the commandments of God. Jump up. Alright, how y'all doing?
Good.
Alright, I'm glad y'all good.
Right,
Let me show you, you know what good is in the Bible? You see, everything we say, we gotta line it up with the scriptures. Because y'all go to church. Do we ever have a dialogue and really go into the Bible? Be real, be honest. Come on, who gonna be honest? No, I know they don't. Because guess why? They set up by this guy to keep us rocked to sleep.
That's right.
The Bible talk about these pastors that deceive us. Because y'all pay tithes? Why do y'all pay tithes? You see that? You've been doing something that you've been taught and you don't even know why. Because your pastor is greedy. And I'm gonna show you that out of the scripture. Right. Isaiah 56 and verse 10. Everything gotta line up with the Bible. Y'all are the children of Israel. Right. Nobody's gonna break this Bible down and show our people how to get saved because there's a destruction that's coming to this earth. You seen COVID? The Bible prophesied of pestilence. The Bible talks about the wars and rumors of wars like Russia, Ukraine, China about to invade Taiwan, and so on and so forth. We gotta be prepared and be ready when Christ returns. And if you think he's gonna return like this guy to save you, you wrong. Watch this, read what you got. This is about y'all lying pastors that he'll never read that's in the scriptures that he have. Read.
The book of Isaiah, chapter 56 and verse 10. His watchmen are blind.
So the watchmen are your pastors, right? They supposed to be watching over the souls of the congregation, right? Read.
They are all ignorant.
They are what?
They are all ignorant.
Read.
They are all dumb dogs.
Because a dog is supposed to warn you that somebody's around your house, somebody's possibly could do harm, a threat, right? A dog's supposed to bark and let you know and warn the people, just like we doing with this Bible. We showing you that women not supposed to cross-dress, men are not supposed to cross-dress. We got to keep the commandments of God and come back to serving our God biblically. Read.
They cannot bark, sleeping, lie down, loving to slumber.
Watch this.
Yea, they are greedy dogs.
Hold on, the pastor is what?
They are greedy dogs.
You know how we know they greedy? God told me that y'all gave 10% last week. We want you to give 20% this week. God came to me and told me, don't they do that? They are greedy dogs. They what?
They are greedy dogs. We can never have enough.
How long he gonna keep collecting tithes? He gonna keep on collecting it week after week, and he never gonna have enough.
Right.
That's in the Bible. Why he ain't read that to you? Why he ain't even broke down what tithes is? Do y'all know what tithes is according to the scriptures? What is tithes? Watch this. Give me Deuteronomy 14. We're gonna show y'all. And how do y'all feel about knowing that my lovely sisters supposed to wear dresses and skirts and not pants? Because your leggings is okay, but that's pretty much pantyhose, right? It's a thicker pantyhose. That's all it is. and it belongs underneath your dress or skirt. But society has taught us that you can walk out like that. Because being real, just be honest, because I'm your brother. And I'm going to tell you what thus saith the Lord because I love my people, right? When you walk past a man with leggings on, what are you going to do? Be real, what are you going to do? You gonna keep it real with me, right? What are you going to do? He going to look. But y'all don't understand that y'all are the most royal people. Our punishment wasn't regular. We're not regular people. God ain't playing with us. So he got a dress code for his royal daughters. Y'all got to realize y'all royalty. Because have y'all ever seen a princess or a queen in pants? But all women all the time say, I'm a queen, I'm a princess, but then she got on leggings in public showing her shape, or she got on pants showing her shape, right? So God got a dress code. Y'all royalty every day. Y'all gotta believe that. Y'all gotta understand that y'all royalty every day, because on your wedding day, are you gonna wear a tuxedo? You gonna wear a dress, right? And what kind of dress? Is it gonna be a tight dress or a nice flowing luxurious dress? A nice flowing luxurious dress, right? But what if I told you God got a dress code like that for y'all every day because y'all royalty? Y'all ain't gotta have no Harriet Tubman type dress. Y'all can have the real deal dress down dresses.
Right.
Read, watch this. What I got you on? Read that.
The book of Deuteronomy, chapter 14 and verse 22.
We're going over tithes that the pastor have our people paying. Watch this, read.
Thou shalt truly tithe all the increase of thy seed.
It says y'all should tithe the increase of thy seed. What does a seed do? Is it money or is it something that you can eat? If you plant a seed in the ground, what's gonna grow?
A plant.
A plant, right? Like the oranges, like the tomatoes, so on and so forth, right? It says, watch this, it's gonna prove it even more. Read.
That the field bring it forth.
It says you should tithe the seed that the field bringeth forth. That's going into vegetation. Right. That's not going into money. Right. But the pastor have been pimping the people, lying to the people, keeping us rocked to sleep. He ain't showing our people the sins. He's telling you can buy your way in the kingdom of heaven. Because he'll take the tithes and never tell you, hey sis, you got to wear a dress if you want the kingdom of heaven. Brother, you can't cross dress. You can't be out here committing adultery or fornicating. You see what I'm saying? Read.
That bring it forth year by year, and thou shalt eat it before the Lord thy God.
No, it's money.
And thou shalt eat before the Lord thy God.
You're supposed to eat the tithes because it's vegetation. It's not money. So next time your pastor wants tithes, bring his ass some lettuce.
That's right.
Bring him a potato.
That's right.
You see what I'm saying? He gonna cuss you out. He gonna be ready to throw you out the church. But they've been lying to our people.
That's
so
right.
we can dive in it deeper, but I want to know what questions y'all got. What questions y'all had that y'all pastor never answered? Because you go to your pastor and really question him because you want to serve God. He gonna say, don't question God. Right. Don't question God. Or he gonna reveal it to you later. No. This is a big book. It's full of information with our DNA, who we are. What questions y'all got that y'all pastors never answer? Or what question y'all got to get closer with God?
Right.
I want to pick y'all brain. I don't want to be the only one talking.
Right.
What version of the Bible is it?
That's the King James Version Bible. That's the same Bible in majority of these churches, but they never read what's in the Bible. Right. They'll read one word, love, close the book, and then do a whole sermon about love. And you never learned what love was. But the officer just brought out, love is keeping the commandments, right? The Bible is its own dictionary. If you love God, you got to keep the commandments. And you are the Israelites according to the Bible. Because have y'all ever wondered why God allowed us to go into slavery? Why did we lose our nationality? What's our heritage? What's our culture? Have y'all ever wondered that? Because think about it. The Chinese man, he come over here, he still got Chinese heritage and culture, right? The Arab man, he come over here, he still got Islam or his culture and beliefs, right? But we, the captives, got the same culture as the people that enslaved us. Right. That don't make no sense, right? What is our heritage? What is our culture? These things your pastor's supposed to show you. Right. But why don't he do this? Watch this. I'm going to show you what happened to our heritage. Because everybody know our heritage was stripped from us, right? What if I showed you that was recorded in the Bible? Jeremiah 17. What if I showed you us losing our heritage is found in the scriptures. Everything about us is found in the scriptures, but your pastor, your ministers fail to tell you what the Bible says about us. Your DNA is rooted in this Bible. Read.
The book of Jeremiah, chapter 17 and verse 1. And thou.
4.
The book of Jeremiah, chapter 17, verse 4.
Verse 4.
And thou, even thyself, shalt discontinue from thy inheritance.
You heard that? It says, thou, even thyself, shall discontinue from thy heritage. Read it again.
And thou, even thyself, shalt discontinue from thy inheritance.
From thine heritage. Have we not been discontinued from our heritage?
All right, now.
Because what's your heritage? Is it Christmas? Is it Thanksgiving? What is our heritage? Give me Sirach 17 and verse 14. I'm going to show you what your heritage is out of the Bible. This is the Apocrypha that was removed in the late 1700s by the Protestant church. But in the original King James Version Bible, the Apocrypha was in there. I actually got a 1611 King James Version Bible. Read.
The book of Sirach, chapter 17 and verse 11. Beside this, he gave them knowledge and the law of life for inheritance.
You hear that? The laws of God is our heritage. Dressing the way God wants you to dress, royalty, because you are royalty. Like, before you lay down with a man, get married. That's your heritage. This was going to bring us into a royal nation again. When we break that, guess what? You become a baby mama. You create single parent households. Majority of these guys in jail, they come from what? Single parent households. Right. Because we break the commandments of God, and the pastors, the minister, refused to show us in the Bible what we must do to have that strong nation again. Become that strong nation again. Any questions? Alright, so you know you gotta keep the commandments of God. Real quick, I ain't gonna hold you long because we're about to shut down too. Deuteronomy 28. I'm gonna show you, did y'all know that our slavery or our enslavement was recorded in the Bible? And he gave us the reason why we was enslaved, the reason why we came over here on ships, cargo slave ships. Did y'all know that that was recorded in the King James Version Bible? You knew that? What did it say?
I don't remember what it says, but I knew it was.
Give me a summary. What it gonna talk about?
I know it's something along the lines of we did something as a whole.
Okay, I
and
like
then
that.
the race had to pay.
Hey, you smart. So you need to leave that church because they ain't gonna teach you that.
Right.
We actually got a congregation. We congregate on Saturday because remember, what day is Sunday? Is it what day of the week is it?
Number-wise.
The first.
The first day of the week. And God blessed and sanctified the seventh day. What day is the seventh day? Saturday. So why do our people go to church on Sunday when that's not biblical? You see what I'm saying? We've been lied to. It's high time we stop listening to these lies. If a man ain't really coming out of the Bible, because you see we ain't running from nothing. I'm asking y'all, do y'all got questions? Because I'm ready to go to the Bible and show you thus saith the Lord. Now go to Deuteronomy 28:15 real quick. Read.
The book of Deuteronomy, chapter 28 and verse 15. But it shall come to pass.
Meaning in the future, because prophecy means to foretell. It shall come to pass in the future. Read.
If thou would not hearken unto the voice of the Lord thy God.
If the Israelites did not listen to the words in his Bible, followed the commandments that's in his Bible, read.
To observe, to do all his commandments.
Nah, some of them.
To do all his commandments.
Read.
And his statutes.
Come on.
Which I command thee this day.
Read.
That all these curses.
He says that all these curses will what?
Shall come upon thee and overtake thee.
We know we've been overtook by some curses. But let's see what the first curse is for the children of Israel. Because you got people in the land of Israel today calling themselves Jewish. They saying that they the Jews, right? But you got to fit the prophecies found in this Bible to be the children of Israel. Read.
Verse 15. Curse shall not be in the city.
Verse 16 said, cursed shall thou be in the city. Who lives in the ghettos and slums in every city you go to? You go to Chicago, we're in the worst part. You ever heard of O Block? Have you ever been there? How you know about it? Because it's so cursed and it's so violent, you know about it and never been there. You see what I'm saying? Y'all ever heard of Compton? You ever been there? Any of y'all? How do y'all know about it? Because it's so cursed. It's so much drama. It's so much killing. It's so much murder going on over there, right? So it says, cursed shall thou be in the city. Even when you leave America, guess what? Wherever we were scattered at, we cursed over there. Our people went to Madagascar. Guess where our people at? In the worst parts. God ain't playing with us. We got to come back and we got to teach this message. Thus saith the Lord. Read.
And cursed shall I be in the field.
Who was cursed in the field? Look at that. Look at it. They getting whipped and look what's behind them, a field, right? Where's the picking cotton at? Where is it?
At the top.
At the top.
Yes, sir.
Look at them. Who was cursed in the field? We was, right? So how is the man in Israel when the Jewish man funded the enslavement of us? How is he the real Jew? It makes no sense. We are the real Jews. We are the Israelites according to the Bible. It says, cursed shalt thou be in the field. We're going to bring it up to today. Our job field, we last hired and first what? Fired. Most of our people that go to college and get a degree, you can drop that. Most of our people that go to college and get a degree, they not even working in a degree that they got. Right. We had something called affirmative action. They had to hire so many blacks, so many men, so many women in these corporations. So when it's time to let people go, what people you think they're gonna let go? The people that barely made it through affirmative action, right? And Trump done away with affirmative action. But that's because God don't want us to get comfortable in a place that we were sent for punishment, right? Watch this. Jump to verse 48. We finna wrap it up. Read.
Verse 48. Therefore shall I serve thy enemies.
Who was in servitude to another nation of people? Everybody know the so-called blacks, Hispanics, and Native American was in servitude to another nation of people. Even today, America was once the Native American land, the so-called Hispanics and Native Americans, but they deporting them. They saying they coming over here illegally in a land that was took from them illegally. You see what I'm saying? Because they the children of God. God is about to turn up on them. Because guess what? We gonna be out here teaching what you're going through is biblical and you gotta return to your God. God gonna turn up on all of us. Y'all think it's gonna be comfortable here? We were sent here for a punishment. We was not sitting here to get comfortable.
Right.
Read.
Right.
Therefore shall I serve thy enemies, which the Lord shall send against thee.
The Lord sent the so-called white man against us. Because before this slave trade, guess what we was in bondage to? The Arab. It's called the Sub-Sahara slave trade. Before that, we was in much captivity. We was every captivity you could think of. The Greek captivity, the Roman captivity, the Persian captivity. We was in captivity because we always rebel against our God. Right. God ain't playing with us. Read.
In hunger and in thirst.
If you get hungry or thirsty, do you go to a black corporation to get your food or your water? No. You go to the same people that enslaved you, right? Because y'all live in Shreveport or Bossier? Bossier. Do you think a black brother or sister own the city of Walmart? I mean, not the city of Walmart. The city of Bossier water? Or do you think it's the people that put us into slavery? The people that put us into slavery. So God says because we didn't want to keep his commandments, he says now we got to go to the same people that enslaved us for hunger and for water. Read.
And in nakedness.
And in nakedness. The clothes that we got on, we got to go to the same people that enslaved us. Y'all look like college students. Y'all go to college?
Just graduated.
Y'all just graduated. Good. Hey, I'm glad. I'm proud of y'all.
Right.
To get your certificate or your degree, can a brother like me give that to you? Or do you got to go to them?
Gotta go to them.
Who said that? You got to go to them, right? Watch this. Read.
And in want of all things.
In the want of all things, that degree, you got to go to them. You got to get that certificate. You got to go to them. In the want of all things, you lose your driver license, you got to go to them. Somebody get put to death and you got to get a death certificate, you have to go to them. Right. Because we broke the commandments of God. Read on.
And he shall play a yoke of iron upon thy neck until he has destroyed thee.
Look at that. And he shall put a yoke of iron upon thy neck. That's a yoke of iron. That we know that happened to us. You watch any slave movie, guess what they got? Yokes of iron and chains on, right? It says that same enemy will put a yoke of iron upon our neck until we destroy it. You know how we destroy it? You seen, what was that, the BET Awards? You got Glow Runner doing a whole rap song about foolishness, and it's a gospel song. You see what I'm saying? And you got a lot of so-called Christians clapping their hands to that. When that's foolishness. Or now we'll lay with our sisters and won't marry them. We'll create single-parent households. We'll make music about harming our own brother, but one white police officer could come and a whole block of scatter. 400-500 black brothers will run from one white officer. That's how we destroy it, but we in danger by our own people, right? Jump down to verse 68, last verse. Unless y'all got questions, read.
Verse 68, and the Lord shall bring thee into Egypt again with ships.
It says the Lord will bring us into Egypt again with ships, meaning slavery. Because remember, when the children of Israel was in bondage, and in Egypt they was in bondage, right? It says the Lord will bring us into Egypt again with what?
With ships.
Who went into slavery on cargo slave ships? Everybody know we went into slavery on cargo slave ships. So in order to be the Jew or the Israelite, you gotta fulfill prophecy. The white man, he was the one driving the ship. So how is he the real Jew? How is he the Israelite when he the one that drove the ship and he was the one that done the things that the enemy done? Read.
By the way whereof I spake unto thee.
He says, just like I spoke it, it was prophecy. Did it not happen? Now it's history that we went into slavery on ships, right? Yes. Read.
Thou shalt see it no more again.
You know what we wouldn't see no more again? Our homeland. Have y'all been back to the west coast of Africa where they got us from? No, we don't even know our kinfolks over there. We go over there, they're gonna be like, who is this? You be like, kinfolk, I'm home. I do not know you. They call us kinfolk. You see what I'm saying? But that's because we broke the commandments of God. Read.
And there ye shall be sold unto your enemy.
You shall be sold to your friends.
Unto your enemy.
We were sold once we got off them ships to our enemy. Now we're not saying go do harm to anybody, but we are commanded to gather together and keep the commandments of God. We cordial with all nations. But it don't change the fact that God said that our enemies put us into slavery. And it don't change the fact that there's a judgment for touching the children of Israel. It's a judgment, but we got to get our mind right. Why you think the so-called Jewish man, he owned the banks, he owned the media? Why do he pump a ghetto ratchet black woman on the media? Why do he pump an over-sexual driven black man on the media? Because they understand if we in sin, guess what? They gonna win. If we in sin, they kingdom continue. We got power with our God once we get our mind right. Last scripture, real quick. I'm gonna prove it and I'm gonna set it down. I appreciate y'all time. You can drop that. Go to Judah 5, real quick. Judah 5 and verse, start at 17. Real quick, last one. I want y'all to, and y'all got the information, right? Y'all got the flyer. Come check this out. And watch this last verse, real quick, read. And we're gonna shut down ourselves, read.
The book of Judah, chapter 5 and verse 17. And while they sinned not before their God.
It says when we didn't sin before our God, watch what would happen, read.
They prospered.
We did what? We prospered. You wonder why we not prospering right now? Because we sinning against our God. Because y'all was in sin and y'all didn't know no better. Y'all was wearing clothing revealing your shape when you're supposed to wear dresses and skirts. See what I'm saying? But now y'all know better, y'all supposed to what? Do better, read.
That's right. Because the God that hated iniquity.
God hated iniquity, read.
Was with them. But when they departed from the way which he appointed them.
When we departed from the laws of God, the commandments, read.
They were destroyed.
We was destroyed. We was destroyed when we departed from our God. We got single parent household. We leading in statistics of prison. We leading in the statistics of STDs. We was destroyed by our God for breaking the commandments. Read.
That's right.
They were destroyed in many battles, very sore, and were led captive into a land that was not theirs.
Why we led captives in a land that wasn't ours? We standing on the soil right now. Read.
And the temple of that God was cast to the ground.
Read.
And the city was taken by the enemies.
Read.
But now are they returned to their God.
Watch this. This is another king that's not of an Israelite asking about the children of Israel. He says, look, if they return to their God, read.
And are come up from the place where they were scattered,
Read.
and have possessed Jerusalem, where their sanctuary is,
Read.
and are seated in the hill country,
Read.
for it was desolated. Now therefore, my Lord and Governor, if there be any error in this place,
It said, if there be any error in who?
in this people,
In this people. If there be any error, meaning sin, in this people, in this nation, read.
and they sin against their God,
You see that? Y'all smart. I know y'all went to college. It says their God. If he says I'm their God, is he everybody God? If I say, hey, that's their daddy, is that my daddy? He says I'm their God.
Right.
He says if they sin against their God, do that belong to everybody? I know we've been taught that. Joel 2:27, real quick. Joel 2:20 said I gotta
Bring
prove
it
it.
out.
I gotta bag it up. I gotta bag it up. Joel 2, verse 27. Because God ain't the God of everybody. Why you think everybody don't know slavery on ships?
Right.
Why you think everybody don't know losing their heritage and culture? God ain't judged them yet. You hear what I said? Yet. But once we get our mind right, there is a judgment when our king crack open that sky.
That's
Watch this,
right.
read. Joel 2:27.
the book of Joel, chapter 2 and verse 27.
Bring it on.
And ye should know that I am in the midst of Israel,
He in the midst of Israel, read.
and that I am the Lord your God, and none else.
Hold on. I thought you said everybody. He says, I'm the Lord their God and none else. That's why he's whooping our behinds, because he's a good father. Because you got kids?
Right.
You got kids? Okay, if y'all did have kids, would you whoop the whole neighborhood for doing wrong, or would you whoop your kids? Your kids, right?
That's right.
God is whooping his kids, putting us in the ghettos, mass incarceration, enslavement, because we his kids. He ain't whooping the other kids yet, but he is going to deal with them later. Now go back to that real quick. We almost done. We almost done for sure. Watch this, read. Finish it out.
But now are they returned. The book of Judah, chapter 5 and verse 20.
Come on.
Now therefore, my Lord and Governor,
He's talking to his king. He says, my Lord and Governor, read.
if there be any error in this people,
Come on.
and they sin not, and they sin against their God, let us consider that this shall be their ruin.
He says, if they're in sin, we can consider that we can overtake them.
Right.
We can enslave them.
Right.
We can keep on putting our knees on their neck if they're in sin against their God. But watch this.
And let's go up, and we shall overcome them.
Read.
But if there be no iniquity
If there be no iniquity, if there be no sin, read.
in their nation, let my Lord not pass by.
He said, you better pass by. You better not even look that way if they start repenting and understanding who they are, keeping the commandments. Read.
Let their Lord defend them.
That's their Lord,
Defend them,
Uh-huh.
and their God be for them.
and their God be for them.
And we become a reproach before all the world.
You heard that? He says if they get their mind right, their God is going to fight for them. You can put that down. And we will be destroyed before the whole world. But that's all I got. Y'all got any questions before y'all go? No questions. All right. Y'all go check out that info, right? All right. Well, remember, because y'all probably go around, y'all family members, because a lot of people don't believe this Bible for real, for real. Soon as you start bringing out scripture that we bring out, nah, baby, the Bible don't say that. If they not coming with the scriptures and breaking it down like we broke it down, they got the devil on them.
What is a nation? Nation is men leading by example. Nation is family. Nation is community. Nation is children with role models.